What's up, you guys? It's Simon, and as you guys can tell, things are getting different on the channel this year. So my face, you're gonna be seeing it probably a lot more. I don't really know how much more, considering I don't really know how to film studio vlogs yet. This is definitely going to be a bit of, wow, y'all can barely see me. It's definitely going to be a bit of trial and error, and it's going to be a little rocky at first, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So this one is going to be kind of a studio vlog, but more of like a day in my life thing, because it's only going to take place over one day, and that day is New Year's Eve. So things are going to be very hectic today. I hope you guys enjoy. So I guess we'll start off with the first thing that I'm doing today. So that is making some tea. So let's do that. Okay, so while we wait for the tea to cool, I thought it would be fun to do kind of like a mini updated desk tour, because as y'all can see, some things have changed around here. So this isn't going to be my permanent setup. My husband's actually building me a desk right now that the Cricut and the printer are going to be going on. But yeah, pretty much everything else is the same. We still have my plants and two little Christmas ornaments because those missed the box. I did have to pack away Christmas pretty early this year because I had to move my desk back over here. As you'll see in a couple videos, or maybe just the one video this month, my desk was over here and there's not a lot of light. The place that I film actually is against this wall, so I was pretty much getting no natural light, and that was not going to be working for me. So I knew I had to get my desk back over here, and this was where my Christmas tree was. So that was fun. But yeah, so basically everything is pretty much in the same space, except now we have this little EcoTank printer. I haven't really got to use it for prints or anything yet. So far I've only used it to print off packing labels for like Etsy and stuff. But the setup was really easy. I think it's gonna be a big help. It doesn't look like it uses a lot of ink because, as you guys can see, you can see when the ink goes down. It kind of looks like they're all gray and empty, but I promise you they are all full. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the next thing that we have is the thing that I am most excited for, and that is this Cricut. You guys are actually going to see me test it out later in this video. I think I'm going to test out maybe doing some like thank you stickers for the Etsy shop, rather than doing stickers for Patreon, which I will be talking about a lot of new stuff on Patreon here in a little bit. But yeah, so here is the new sort of setup. It is way more cluttered than it used to be. I have like a mirror, I moved my Poscas over here, my watercolors, and all of this random like tape and stuff that I barely use just gets shoved into that drawer. Really, I have a lot of very cool crystals and rocks, and like there's like an acorn, an earring and stuff. But yeah, quick sidebar, because I don't know if we've talked about how clumsy I am on this channel. As y'all can see, this is my curtain rod. What the hell just happened? Okay, so here is something that's very interesting. I've got you guys in the kind of old setup because I thought it would be fun to do a sort of like little draw with me. I might be doing one or two of those today just because, again, I'm not used to filming studio vlogs. This is what I know. Bear with me. But I thought it would be fun to sort of talk about this illustration because it's actually very important, because it is for Patreon. But it's not just like a Patreon exclusive illustration. In fact, it is going to be a print for my new sort of Happy Mail tier. I call it Matcha Mail because all of the Patreon tiers that I have been rebranded to sort of fit like a tea theme. And the Happy Mail tier is matcha. But basically, I've sort of rearranged the Patreon a lot and changed the tier rewards up because I just felt like there wasn't enough like interesting stuff. Like, yeah, you get like a wallpaper and like a commissions discount. That's neat. But I thought it would be more interesting to just add some more rewards that made it a little bit more interesting. So the first thing is I've added to the $1 tier some stuff like a digital download that you guys will see on Etsy probably a month after it has been posted to Patreon. But yeah, so there's a digital download, which if you don't know what a digital download is, it's essentially a print that you get like the file for, and you can print it for yourself at home. I've also added like a sort of like voting poll thing, so you guys can vote on what the theme for the illustrations and digital download and Matcha Mill reward tiers will be. So speaking about the theme, this month is obviously New Year's. It's a lot about change and goal setting and stuff like that. And I thought rather than, you know, basing the theme off of like just like, oh, it's New Year's, like that's kind of boring. So I thought like because of all of that growth and the goals and things that people are setting, I thought it would be really cool to make make this month's theme sort of about growth, and that could be like a mental or a physical growth, or it could be like spiritual or something like that. I just thought it would be really cool to kind of experiment with what the idea of growth means and how I can sort of illustrate that. And speaking of illustrating, I am bouncing all around. This illustration is the print, so it's not the digital download. The digital download is something else. This is one of the physical rewards for this month, so you'll be getting this as a physical print as well as either 1 or 2 stickers. I did say it was going to be a sticker pack, but because I am so new to using this Cricut, I have not made a single sticker with it yet, and obviously things need to be ready by January, and I have an idea of how they're supposed to be made, so I figured I would just get those 1 or 2 stickers for this month, and then hopefully graduate towards the end of the year to doing full-on sticker packs, because that would be really cool. But yeah, so here is the print so far. I will put a finished version up, hopefully, if I remember, sometime in this video. But yeah, I don't want to sit here and talk purely about this because that would be super boring, because we pretty much talked about everything we can about Patreon. So let's move on to a little something else. Okay, so we're back here, and you guys might recognize this image. This is for the Draw This in Your Style, obviously. That is going to be starting as of today to thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. Y'all, I can't even, like, I started out December with, I think, pretty much, I'm shaking you guys so bad, pretty much just straight up 1900, which in and of itself was insane. I did not expect you guys to get me to 2K by the end of the year, and I did not expect you guys to push me over that by the end of the year, so thank you so much. I'm super excited, but you guys might recognize this image, like I said, because I did do a poll on Instagram to decide. I knew I had like this idea of like this sort of like Victorianish, I don't know if it's Victorian, I don't really know my clothing period things, but I was imagining like a sort of like ruffly necked like sheer nightgown, and like this girl with like this long curly hair holding like a teddy bear, but I couldn't decide if I wanted her to have a lot of eyes or if I wanted the bear to have a lot of eyes, and I asked you guys on Instagram and the bear actually won. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna refine this and sort of I guess like talk and ramble to you guys about kind of my New Year's resolutions. I haven't really thought this through much. I'm trying to get better, I think, with just talking to the camera without already having things to say. I was really good at that at the beginning of my channel, but towards the end of the year, either this year or last year, I have just really been struggling with not using a script. Obviously my scripts are like random streams of consciousness, I guess, like just random thoughts that I have that I kind of clean up, so it's not like I'm like scripting myself like a robot. It is still like my thoughts, but I really have to think in order to make it sort of like a cohesive, understandable type of thing, and I want to get better at making things a little more natural, so that's what I'm trying to do here. But basically, resolutions. I cannot remember what my resolutions were last year. I think one of them was to draw more full bodies, and while technically I did do that. I still want to work on that this year because I literally only did it for commission work. I did not do it of my own accord. I definitely stuck to my comfort zone, which is like waist up or bust illustrations. I did not really push myself too much as far as my anatomy goes this year, so that's definitely something that I want to fix up and change. I also remember that one of my resolutions was to draw every day because I did it last year, and that didn't happen either. Obviously, I went on 2 breaks this year, which is crazy. I was just having a really hard time in regards to like my artwork and like how my style was coming along. I didn't necessarily think that it was bad, but I spent so much of my time this year sort of like comparing myself to other artists and their work, and like really putting myself down, which obviously is not great. You never really want to compare yourself to other artists. It's good to like kind of recognize, you know, where your style needs work. But once you start like thinking things like, oh my god, I'm so behind, like this artist is like so much younger than me and they're doing so much better, or like this artist has so many more followers than me and blah blah blah. And like, it's not that I think that followers like matter, because I have talked a lot about on my channel how your numbers are not important. What's important is having fun. But once your sort of like hobby, I guess, oh my gosh, this is so dark, I'm sorry, but once your sort of hobby switches into being your actual job, sometimes it is really hard to ignore those numbers, and you start questioning like if this can be like a viable career for you, which is like really common in the art industry. Obviously, there's the whole starving artist trope for a reason. But yeah, I've gone on a lot of breaks this year, and I really haven't drawn as much as I should have, and that sucks because obviously I do love drawing. It's my favorite thing. I haven't done it because I kept telling myself that my work wasn't good enough, which sucks. And that's something I do want to talk about more on my channel this year, whether it be in studio vlogs or just in speed paints or something like that. I just want to talk about like mental health a lot more because now that I'm kind of gaining like, I guess, a little bit of a platform, I want you guys to have a space where you feel like that's okay to talk about, because mental health obviously has a super huge stigma. There's a lot that comes along with talking about your mental health. And I just want you guys to be able to have a space where you feel like you can talk about that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I've taken a lot of breaks, but you guys have also been super, super supportive of me this year, and that has literally meant the entire world to me. You guys are literally so amazing, and I appreciate you so much. So that being said, I don't think resolutions, that's what we're talking about. I don't think one of my resolutions this year is going to be to draw every day. I think it's just going to be to draw more, because that definitely didn't work. That being said, it is one of my New Year's resolutions to post on Instagram every day, which might sound counterproductive, but I want to work a little bit more on sharing like in-process things on Instagram, because I noticed that I do not have a lot of finished pieces from this year. I have a good, decent, like, handful of stuff that I've done for videos, but like every time, like, I've been getting really into TikTok lately, and every time that I try to like do one of those TikTok trends where it's like, oh, show your art throughout the year, or like show some of your favorite pieces, or like some of the details of one of your illustrations, I'm like, I don't have any that y'all haven't seen already. So it's really hard for me to, you know, do those trends because I don't have a lot of finished works this year. So what I am trying to kind of do is, rather than, you know, feeling pressured to only post finished works and then not posting because I don't have any finished works, I'm going to post more like in progress illustrations, more behind the scenes and stuff. And I obviously am going to post finished works, but like what I first did when I had my Instagram, not when I first had it, but I think in 2018 when I was posting every single day, I was pressuring myself to have a finished drawing every single day. Sometimes I would have a little sketch here and there, but it would still be like a refined, clean, finished sketch, you know what I mean? And not really like a painting that I, you know, spent a lot of time on and was really proud of. So that is something I'm going to choke. Tea, please help. Don't burn me, don't burn me, don't burn me. Oh, it didn't burn me that bad. Okay, anyways, so yeah, I just want to be able to spend more time refining illustrations and making them what I like to do, I guess, because I have really been just holding back as far as like the things that I really like to do. I've been really making shortcuts on my process, which is good in some senses because I have learned like quicker ways to do blending and quicker ways to like paint hair and things like that. But it also means that I'm not spending as much time as I would like to on some of these pieces, especially ones with ideas that I think are really cool. And I've also noticed that I am like drawing like so like quickly and not in a good way. I'm like really rushing things and I have to like stop myself and be like, whoa, Simon, slow down. Like it's okay to like make these like little tiny strokes like I'm doing on this eyebrow right now. It's okay to like spend a little bit more time on like a certain detail. You don't have to have everything done in the next like 40 minutes, which is what I've been doing for the past year. So that has been a huge struggle that I want to get over. Another resolution of mine, I think, is to obviously do these studio vlogs and to get better at them because I admire these creators so much. I think their studio vlogs are insanely like entertaining and like inspiring, I guess, and I want to be able to do that for you guys. I know some of you guys like say that about my speed paints and stuff, but there's just like a different vibe, I guess, if that makes sense. And obviously y'all are gonna get a kind of draw with me vibe from this, not really like a studio vlog. But I am trying. I do want to get better at that, and hopefully by the end of the year, I will be able to do so. So yeah, those are pretty much my resolutions, I think, just to draw and post more, but also to spend more time on my illustrations, slow down a little bit, and just, you know, get better at creating the type of content that I create. And yeah, so now I guess we can talk a little bit about the Draw This in Your Style some more. It is going to be pretty much the same premise as the one for the 1K Draw This in Your Style, which is just, you know, you guys draw this in your style, and then I will choose a winner randomly. I think I am gonna do just one winner for this Draw This in Your Style because I did 6 for the last one, and while I would love to do 6 again, January is just gonna be a really hectic month for me, and even by the end of January, like towards February, it's probably still going to be a little bit hectic because I'm getting into this new sort of filming schedule, which, speaking of filming schedule, I have not mentioned, our new schedule is going to be Mondays and Fridays. I am planning on trying to do studio vlogs every other Friday because obviously I don't do enough to have a studio vlog every single Friday just yet. I hope that that becomes a thing that I can do in the future, but while I'm still learning and processing how to create these, I definitely am going to try to do them every other week, but I can't necessarily guarantee that will happen. But I am going to be posting on Mondays and Fridays now rather than Mondays and Thursdays. They're still going to be going up as premieres at 6 p.m. on those Mondays and Fridays. But yeah, pretty much you guys are used to Mondays, but Thursdays, scooching it over one more day, so you guys are gonna have to wait a little longer. Sorry. But yeah, so that is what's going on there. Tea break. But basically I just want to you know, move things a little bit more so that I have more time to edit these types of videos. Anyways, that being said, how many times am I gonna say anyways in this video? But yeah, so the Draw the Singer style is going to be pretty much the same thing. There's going to be one winner, and they will receive like a sort of what did I call that? Like a simple shaded commission of either like them or their OC or whatever. And this is actually going to go up today, so instead of inserting it in the video, I'm just going to encourage you guys to scooch on over to my Instagram, and I will post it on my community page as well for those of you, because I know that some of you don't have Instagram, but if you do have Instagram, please go check out my Instagram, because one thing, and again, I'm not going to talk about how numbers matter because they don't, but numbers have been scaring me a lot recently. They are not important, but you know how people get, if that makes sense. Last year I grew a lot. I gained like 1,000 followers on Instagram, which again, it's not like a crazy amount, but it is like a lot for like a small creator. But I also was posting a lot of like fandom content. I was posting a lot of Ready, which I do still very much love, like the It kids and stuff like that, and not just the kids. Y'all, oh my god, what is his name? What, I totally forgot. Oh my god, the guy that plays Eddie in the sequel, James Ransom. Beautiful man. Oh my god. But I'm shaking you guys again. But yeah, I was drawing a lot of Ready, and while that is super fun, I haven't been doing it a lot lately because I was basing a lot of those comics off of like just memes or vines or TikToks or something that I saw on the internet, and it wasn't exactly the funnest thing after a while. I eventually just started posting them because I knew they got a lot of likes and not because I was enjoying making them anymore, which really sucks. So this year when I started doing things that I actually enjoyed for the most part, I started noticing like a huge dip in like followers, but also I feel like part of that is because I did not post a lot this year. I went from posting every single day to posting every other day, and the Instagram algorithm is a monster. It is so bad. The minute you're not posting every single day, it just kills you. So I have been trying to post. That's why I'm like intending to post every single day this year. But oh my god, this is getting so long. It's already 15 minutes. This vlog is gonna be probably like half an hour. I hope you guys don't mind. But basically, Instagram algorithm does not like when you don't post every single day, and I did not do that this year. In fact, I took 2 breaks this year, so the algorithm has been very much harsh on me, and I've just seen like a huge like loss in like followers and engagement and stuff. And even though, again, for the millionth time, numbers are not important, sometimes seeing that makes it feel like your work isn't worth viewing, I guess, if that makes sense. I know it's not the truth, but like as an artist, that's generally how we look at things. Once like things are either going ignored or you're losing followers or something like that, or like people are commenting on your stuff less, you start to think like, oh my god, people not like me anymore, like what's going on? Did I get bad at art? Like what's going on? Which like obviously again isn't true, but also again, if you can check out my Instagram and help the algorithm stop hating me, I would really appreciate that. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Once again, I'm gonna post this on my community page so that you guys can see the finished version, but now I poked myself in the eye with my Apple Pencil. But now let us go over to the Cricut. Okay, so we're getting into trying to use the Cricut. So basically I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to upload it and then select it from the library, and this is it. And then I think, oh wow, that looks interesting on here. It's hard to tell on the screen, I think, but it definitely does look a little bit interesting in the Design Space app as comparison to what it looks like in Procreate, but hopefully it will look okay. Yeah, so it's supposed to be round like this. We're gonna save it. Oh, invalid image name. Oops. I think I'm supposed to set it to print then cut. I watched Sarah, I think it's Faber or Fabre, I do not remember which, but she had a video about how to make stickers with Procreate, which is what I am doing, so hopefully I'm doing everything right. So I don't know exactly what's going on here, but you guys can see after I upload it into the thing, it's like the stripes are gone. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so now I'm looking and it's visible on the print sheet. I don't know why it won't stay in focus. But yeah, so I didn't even really do that much trial and error. The only thing I did was I actually had to connect my printer to like a weird like printer specific Wi-Fi in order for AirPrint to work. And I was looking and the stripes are out of focus, but they are there. So let's get to the fun part and get in focus and print. So this is how they turned out, and I think like it's okay, but there's definitely some work that needs to be done. They're not as vibrant as I would like them to be, and as you guys can see, there's little like spots of like where you can see definitely that, like maybe if I zoom in really close, that looks really bad. It's not that bad in person, but you can see that it's a little bit spotty, and I don't think that's due to the printer. I think it's more so due to the paper that I'm using. It isn't like a vinyl sticker paper. I am going to be switching to vinyl very soon. It just is not here yet. I'm getting some off of Amazon that I'm going to be using so that they'll be waterproof. These are more like just test stickers to really figure out how I can work with my Cricut and see just how it works. I also thought at first that it could be due to the fact that one of the times the sticker was in RGB mode on Procreate, and the other was that it was in CMYK, but I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. I certainly can't. I think they look relatively the same. On camera, they definitely look a lot better. In person, they're pretty dang desaturated. So yeah, these are, again, just test stickers, but now let's move on to actually using the Cricut and cutting these out. Okay, I think it's happening. Oh my god. I'm so excited. It looks like it's cutting. Oh my god, they came out so cute. They're adorable. Also, I'm sorry my mat is so dirty. It like literally fell on the floor almost immediately after I got it because I didn't know that it was sticky. So if you have any any tips on keeping your Cricut mats clean, I would love to hear it. But yeah, here's how the stickers turned out. I am so happy with them. I'm gonna try to get one of them off. That's gonna be fun. Maybe I need an X-Acto knife. Okay, so I got them all off, and here is how they turned out. Despite the color difference, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited to get the actual sticker paper that I'll be using in to see how that works, but I think it's safe to say that I have conquered my Cricut. I think the printer needs a little bit of work. I do like the printer. But I am going to have to work out what paper and what settings to use to make sure that the color stays pretty accurate. Obviously, like I said, on camera, it's not as bad, but in person, they're pretty faded. They look really vibrant on here, but in person, they do be pretty faded. But I am still happy with them. I am going to use the few that I have on any orders that I get before I switch to the vinyl, and I'm super, super excited about it. Okay, so I think it's safe to say I've kind of conquered my Cricut. There's definitely some things I need to work on still, obviously, like switching paper, like I said, but also some things I did want to mention that I learned whilst printing, I guess. One of those things is that you have to have your Cricut connected to Bluetooth, because I kept doing this thing where I was in the Cricut Design Space app, and after you've got your sort of page set up and everything, it asks you like what does it ask you? When you go to continue, it says select an accessory. And so I went to do that, and it just brings up a blank menu. So I was like, what am I supposed to be selecting exactly? So I did some Googling, and basically I just needed to have my Cricut connected to Bluetooth, and I did not do that. So I finally got it connected to Bluetooth. And the second thing that I need to mention is in the tutorial when you're setting up your Cricut, and it says to give it 10 inches of space behind the Cricut. It is not being dramatic. I couldn't think of a reason as to why it would need that 10 inches of space, so I had it just pressed up against this wall. And it apparently sucks that mat in from the front, and then it comes out the back and then back forward again. And so it literally, the mat, the pressure of it pushing up against my wall pushed my Cricut forward and made it so that it like scooted forward on my desk, and that definitely freaked me out. So it does indeed need that 10 inches of space. It's not being dramatic, it's very, very much serious about that. But yeah, so that is how these stickers turned out. And that is also the end, I guess, of this studio vlog. I'm so sorry if it was like all over the place or rambly or super long. I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. If there's anything that I can do to add to these studio vlogs to make them a little bit, is my nose bleeding? I think my nose is bleeding. Oh my god, I think I'm fine. It's just very cold and dry here. But anyway, if there's anything that I can do to make these studio vlogs a little bit more interesting or fun to watch, or just stuff that you guys want to see me do, I guess, in my everyday, leave a comment down below. I would definitely love to improve these a little bit more. Obviously, like I said, very new to studio vlogs. Don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I am very excited to do them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I do want to just talk about the Patreon a little bit one more time, because I felt like earlier when I was talking about it, I wasn't exactly thinking too good. So basically, a lot of changes have happened to the Patreon. The $1 tier now has access to digital downloads as well. They also have the ability to vote on the theme for the month, because like I mentioned, every month there's going to be a theme for the rewards. So the digital download, the physical print, the physical sticker, and I think that's it for the themed rewards. Are all obviously, like I said, a themed reward. And so $1 patrons now have access to be able to choose that theme, and therefore choose the theme of their digital download. And that also carries on into obviously the $5 and the $15 tier as well. There's also going to be speed paints now that are in, well, I guess they're technically not speed paints because they'll be in real time. They're not going to have voiceovers, obviously, because it takes me a long time to draw. So some of those might be up to like an hour long. Some of them might be a little bit longer. It depends on, of course, you know, what footage I have and what I don't, but they are going to be real time, and there's not going to be one consistently. It's just going to be whenever I have footage that I think could technically be a speed paint. But yeah, those are going to be coming out on the $1 and up tier as well, so that's going to be something that's really neat. And then of course there is the matcha mail tier. There really haven't been any changes to the $5 tier other than the new rewards for the $1 tier also apply to the $5 tier. But the matcha mail, the $15 tier, is a physical reward tier that I'm super excited about. You guys saw me working on the print. Obviously I'll put it on screen somewhere here if I remember. But yeah, so that's how that print turned out. And then there will be, of course, a sticker that I will be doing on the new vinyl sticker so that it comes out, you know, with some good quality. But that will be a physical reward, so you guys are going to get those mailed to you every month on an indeterminate date, because obviously, again, nobody's subscribed to the $15 tier yet, so that's going to depend on, you know, what I get and what I do. But I am going to be making them every month, and then the designs on the $15 tier will be available on Etsy the month after the Patreon went up, but they obviously will be up for way more than it costs to get them in the $15 tier. So if you want to get them first and for cheaper, the $15 tier on Patreon is definitely your best bet. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I also, of course, want to give a big shout out to the current patrons I have now, and that is Elise Thompson, Duran, Mandy, Sleeps, Puppy Paws, and Created by Twins. You guys are the best. I love you guys so, so much, and like the amount of support that I've gotten, and I'm not gonna cry. What the hell? The amount of support that I got in this year, despite how difficult this year has been for literally everybody. It's been quite the year, but the fact that you guys still took the time out of your day to support me and my work means so, so much to me, and I can't wait to see what happens in 2021. I am getting a little emotional because this is New Year's Eve for me. It will be January 1st as you guys are seeing this, but a lot of things are about to change. I'm like tearing up. What the I'm sorry! But yeah, a lot of things are about to change in the new year. I'm really excited. I'm gonna shut this off before I cry. Thanks for watching. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!